Hello.
I'm here. Hi.
Hi. Happy solstice.
So we're working. Hi. How are you? Great to see you.
Nice to see you.
It's really exciting to be doing this live. It's very different. So hi, everybody.
Okay. So again, you can get everyone's bios over at the speakers page. And it seems like that there's a little bit of lag on the speakers page for showing the symposium. All I can say is I apologize. My small team is doing great big things today, and we're trying to address all of the emails and all of the concerns as we go. And the good news is that if you're not getting it now live, we're going to break these apart and there will be replays, and those will be available. Give Tyler a little bit of time to cut them apart and download them, because I just jumped right in from one, and at noon I'll think I have a break so that I can download them all and he can cut them all apart. It's a huge undertaking, and I hope that you really just enjoyed the ceremony that Sandra Ingerman just did for us, and that we're still here going live, and our next guest needs another one with no introduction. She is, will you introduce yourself, Deborah? And she is the creator of the SoulCards, and for the last few years, she's been doing a live solstice drawing with us. I think she's ready to do that again.
I am. That's why I need to sort of adjust myself so I'm a little closer on top. And then I'll move things. I have to move back and forth to show the drawing. So there you go. Comb your hair. Hi.
No hair needed. And that, no combing needing. The one thing is in the past, she's always given us a gift that she sent us over the drawing. And are we going to get that again?
I will do that again. I will photograph the drawing, whatever I feel is the best drawing from our session. If they all feel strong enough, we'll get those images out so you can have the drawings I do today. Yeah.
All right. And Courtney will be adding those over to the speaker gift page over at the website, which I'm not sure if it's really streaming there or not, because I can't see it on my phone and tend to all of the details. So I'm just going to turn it right over to you, and you can tell them who you are as you draw and all of that.
Okay. So, well, it's Renee and I met because you've been using the SoulCards for so many years, somehow or other, right? It had something to do with that.
I found I was in a bookstore down in Washington, and someone gave me a SoulCard reading, and I don't remember the reading, but I remembered the SoulCards, and I've been using them for maybe 15 years ever since.
And January 1st, we're celebrating the 25th year of SoulCards. So it's kind of another birthday anniversary. And I love the fact that they have lived this sort of eternal life. And I found a whole new generation discovering them lately. So it's very exciting. And all of the SoulCards are done through the process of touch drawing. And because that's really our focus today, I am just going to show you what I have. This is my drawing board. Ta-da! Look, you can take in the void of the drawing board. I have put a little bit of actually purple oil paint. I've dabbed it on, and I have rolled it smooth. This is a process that you can do. I teach the process. It came to me as sort of the major revelatory creative moment of my life. And so I do it, but it's a very, very accessible process. So you see, I have a very smooth board with the ink rolled out on it. And now I'm just going to make a little adjustment so you can watch as I do the drawing. I need to move you down to my board. And now you can watch me draw. There, just like that. Okay. So this is a wet surface of paint, and I am putting a sheet of paper on top. This is a very light tissue. You can use any paper, but so that you can see them today, and usually when I'm teaching, this is the paper we use because it's just so sensitive. So why don't we stop for a moment and take this out of the demonstration level, Renee, and really open together to what presences, what images want to emerge in this moment, especially that we're doing this right on the day of the solstice together. And there are so many people gathering and calling in the circle of the fire tenders to allow some images to emerge that are most appropriate. And so I'm starting to feel something, and that's how I know to begin. I'm feeling sort of movements in my body. I work from a kinesthetic sense. So I started sort of feeling a sense of flames in my chest, sort of around my torso and chest, sort of like this. So I'm going to just move my fingers with that. So you can see that. So that was the first impulse I felt from inside my body. And now what I might do is add the sense of me. So this would be my shoulders. And as I'm drawing my shoulders, I am feeling my shoulders and a flame or wing-like energy coming out of my shoulders, sort of like building on that flame. And now I'm at my neck. And see, it's upside down for you. It's right side up for me, but I will turn it so you can see it when it's done. And here's so I'm transmitting my own inner sensations out onto the paper right now. And then I'm going back down into my solar plexus area, and I'm feeling something even a little more here. So maybe it's like a diamond-like shape and it's more solid feeling. So it's a way of bringing out and substantiating the subtle inner sensations. This is kind of the way that I practice there. You can see that. And now let's see how my face wants to come in here in this moment. All right. So I think I will pull it up and let you see it now. What I'm going to do is show it to you. And then what I love about doing this with Renee is I'm interested in what you see in it, Renee. So let's see where I need to get further back there.
Oh, interesting. One of the first things that I was thinking to myself before you asking me about what I saw was that, boy, you've mastered this technique over the last few years of like being here online with us and stuff. This is awesome. There's whenever I go to the SoulCards, no matter when I'm reading for a client, there's always one, the cards might be the same, but there's always one thing that comes out of the image for me. And the first thing that came out is this holding up our chin strong. And I really think what's really important, one of the things that I've learned from the wind work this year is that it's not so much as what we say, because what we say is important, but it's the energy in which we breathe. And so it's that imprint of that energy that we're breathing out that's so crucial for how we manifest and create in the world. So here what I see is that we have to really hold up our chins to spirit so that our breath is unencumbered and so that our intentions are really felt as we go forward. And that big diamond in the middle for me is speaking to that we have power. And once we put our third eye to spirit, and our voice has that capacity to breathe a full unencumbered breath, we're going to get heard. Are you there?
Yeah, for some little bit you're coming in slowly, but are you hearing me now?
I am hearing you now.
Okay, great. Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's a really strong element, that solid diamond that came into the center. Everything seems to revolve or almost come from that. Everything seems sort of ethereal compared to that. It's very substantiated. And so that's interesting. That's something that I'll probably sit with, feeling what does that feel like? And I'm curious as to the people who are watching, you know, how does that feel in your body? How would you take that into your own body and sense what that is for you?
Yeah, I think it's powerful.
So how about another one?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So I will roll. What I'm doing now is I'm actually erasing the previous drawing by rolling the board smooth. So that's sort of the rhythm of touch drawing, is to do a drawing, roll it smooth, do another drawing, is to do a series, to not get all kind of caught up in the single drawing, but let a flow happen from one to another. And that's one of the ways that it helps people who are maybe not very confident about expressing themselves artistically, the freedom to just do whatever comes in the moment. It's fine to just scribble some drawings, because you're going to do a whole series. So you're not worrying about getting it right, you know, on the first drawing. You do as many as you want. And I think that helps people to be more at ease. All right, so I'm going to move this down again so you can see the drawing board. Would you like to put at Renee an intention in? So we'll
Sure, with the wind.
One. Yeah. Yes.
We love to do this. We love to draw and wind together. It's awesome. And Deborah lives up on Whidbey Island, and I have a place up on Whidbey Island too. So we share that wind. So, and the winds of spirit started speaking to me up there. So they extra get excited when you're here. Wow. Hmm. I love that.
As soon as you started blowing, I felt that kind of spiraling shape. I didn't have to like wait. Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that one. And that's, I must say that that's the energy I felt last night when I was calling to Halle when I opened the fire tender ceremony, about that spiraling energy as we formed a circle, that it kept having to expand as more and more people came to the circle. I mean, there's several
Wow.
thousand people involved in this. So, you know, we had to rearrange the circle this morning to make room to hold hands with more people. So that's kind of feels like that breath thing that I was talking about in the last thing, that we can send out that energy and it has ripple waves in the universe.
Mhm, mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And the sense with this, you know, being or person beneath the spiral, it's began to feel almost like a mountain, very solid and very grounded. Yeah, it felt almost like a person and mountain at the same time.
And that you can get that energy that's rippling out, you can just absorb it. You don't have to be doing anything. You can be sitting here on your couch watching all day long, and you're feeling and healing the energy.
Mhm.
It's blessing. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So take it in yourselves, everybody who's watching, and maybe do we have time for one more? We
You
probably
do have
do.
time for one more.
Yay, let's do it. So I will take these down to the studio, photograph them, and send them to you like right away. So you, as soon as you're able to get them online, you'll have them. So then you could put them on your desktop. You can print them out. You could print them out and color them yourselves, which would be really fun.
I did that last year.
Maybe
It was great.
post your colorings in the Win Clan on the Facebook page. That would be amazing.
Absolutely. I posted mine last year and colored some. I had fun.
Yeah. All right. So I'm rolling the board smooth again, putting the paper on. Notice that I haven't added new paint. You can do a few before you add more paint. I'm giving you little tech instructions on how to do touch drawing as I do this. So let's see. Is there an intention or a question or anything, Renee, that you feel to offer, so we kind of keep this circuit of energy between us in the drawing?
So the question that I've asked the people in the Become a Wind Alchemist class, is shamelessly plugging that there's still time to join, is what will be my question that I will take into the next decade? What,
Wow.
you like that one?
Yeah, that's big. It's hard to think that decade. Yes. Yeah.
So what question's big enough for the next decade?
Wow. Okay. We'll see where that goes. All right, there, so you can watch.
Wow, that's an interesting thing going on there. I feel like it's like a transformational split in our own conceptions that needs to take, how can I allow for those transformational shifts that need to be taking place in my own concepts? I think our concepts are needing to shift, and I don't know, I would love to see what questions that you might take to the next decade with this type of an image. I think I'm looking forward to these being posted just separately in the page and letting people really feel into them.
Yes, please. Well, I'll post them onto the page, and then you can be writing your comments and reflections. That would be amazing. Yeah, that thing in the center just kept wanting to happen more and more and more. And it was it a sword? Was it a, an opening? I think that's part of the question about this decade. It's so enormous. It's hard to look at because it is within this decade we're going into the major transformation on the planet, and it can be kind of scary to look at too. And how can we hold ourselves and our center and be available to the possibility and the vision of what is possible, and not get kind of caught in the despair and negative images around what might happen in this time, because we all have to stand strong, bringing in what is possible and new, and keep our imaginations alive for possibility, and keep holding that. I think of during World War II, there were some esotericists in London who were doing, deep inner work during World War II. And there was some big meditation that happened at 9 p.m. every night when Big Ben would sound. Everyone in the country or in London would go silent and have a prayer. And this group of esotericists were working. I'm not going to be tuned in enough to know their names, but the story came out later. I picked up the pieces in different places that that Hitler was working with sort of dark, magic people, and that they hit something at 9 o'clock every night that was preventing them from going further with what they were trying to do. And that empowers me to think about that story, whether it's literal or not. I think there really is truth to the story, but we, more and more people need to be holding this deeper from whatever way you access it, this deeper connection with the universe, with life, with the planet, and keep that strong and keep that enlivening and keep feeding the connection to that, rather than not be in denial of the negative possibilities, but keep birthing the new, even when it seems like it's not even possible. So
So
yeah.
let's breathe into possibility, all of our living in cooperation and harmony with each other and the planet. And let's not breathe into the discord, but let's breathe into the harmony, and know that this could leave us on a pathway to new concepts. I don't believe we have the concepts in order. I was telling on my class the other night that fairy tales, myth, and mythology, they're only related in time to what was going on around them.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell a fairy tale from a different place that has relevance to the practices you're doing now. So we're on here with this winter solstice. I am creating a new story.
Yeah.
And it's a story of harmony and hope and forgiveness and belief that we can all, no matter what, stand at the fire and hold hands. And this is what this, I just got the chills on that one.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Deborah, I'm so grateful that you're here with us today.
It's really beautiful to be doing this with you each solstice, Renee. Yeah.
And they will do it for many more solstices to come.
Yes. Thank you so much.